Welcome back to my high protein drinking baby doll baby cakes. We have a plan. Here is the plan. Buy every single good crypto you can get your hands on. That is the first part of the plan. Do you have any spare savings that you do feel okay it going to zero? Throw it in. Now is the time to do it. Whether there's a bit of red, a bit of green, it doesn't matter. We are thinking long term. I'm thinking December 2025. And yes, even if December 2025 comes and it sucks, we're going to move it out to December 2026. This upsets a lot of people, but I don't care. This is the tool you need to make it in this game. Are you going to make it or not? It depends on your time frame. Everybody with a short-term time frame tends to get crushed. And by everybody, I do mean everybody. If you are already fully invested, that's okay. Holding is the same as being long and buying. Do you understand that? Holding is yield farming the money supply rotation in the world when the governments print. What do I mean by that? I'm going to show you right now. There is a money printer emoji for you right now, baby dolls. We're going to get the money printer emoji, okay? We're going to type in printer. We're also going to get, here we go. We're going to get printer and we're going to get the money emoji. Here we go. What happens? When the money printer turns on, it does a loop around the world. Now, it goes to people inside the tent. People in the tent, okay, there might be a tent emoji here actually for us. Oh my God, there's a tent emoji, friends. Okay, and it's a nighttime tent. In this tent, the IMF, the bug eaters, the banks, all of them, they are insiders. These people are having wild orgies. There's a lot of glitter, a lot of weird stuff, weird food, sausage rolls, meat pies, you name it. They're in there, mud wrestling contests. They're having absolutely the time of their lives and they get first dibs on the cash. Me and you don't. We will never be insiders. Don't even try. So the money goes to their tent and then it starts rotating around the globe. And it does a loop. And eventually, and I really do mean eventually, I don't know when, at some point, they get a bit too confident. They start loaning it out to places. Their confidence goes up and suddenly this money goes bang and it lands inside our little bucket. This is the crypto bucket. I'm going to draw a bucket here and here's our cute little handle and we're actually going to write the word crypto. Right? Crypto bucket. This is our crypto bucket. When that money comes into our bucket, there's not enough liquidity. There's not enough offers to handle it. We go moonshotting, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all our core coins, Chainlink, Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, everything. I don't care what it is. There's not enough room for everybody to fit in the short amount of time. When you hold, you are participating in this, okay? When you hold, even though there's price volatility, you are yield farming the money supply, okay? So when you hold, you are still yield farming the money supply. I want you to get this through your head. A lot of people feel bad because they're like, I can't add or whatever. It's okay. We don't get a direct one-to-one relationship with the price going up today. But if you give it time, it compounds. It compounds and eventually, we don't know when, everything explodes. People come out of the tent. They want to start looking around. They want to eat some berries. They go wild. And this is when all the party really starts for us, the outsiders, okay? So don't feel bad. I don't understand. Sometimes, yes, candles up, candles down. Where are we in context to the long-term goal? We're still on our path. But this is what happens when they keep printing money, and they do. The M2 money supply keeps printing about 5% every year. Yes, we had a minus 1% year. Don't worry. It's going to go back to 3 to 5%. And then there's going to be overcompensation at some point in the future because there will be some sort of recession, slowdown, crackdown, whatever you name it. And trust me, you're going to wish that you knew this earlier, where you hold to participate on this upside of it. Only in scarce assets, though. In assets that actually work, okay? You got to remember, too, this next thing, okay? We have diamond flower emojis here. This is how serious we are. We've got to be ready to find the next narrative, the 2024 equivalent of the Uniswap 2020 narrative. What do I mean by that? Every single year, baby dolls, okay? Every single year of the Bitcoin halvening, there seems to be a pattern. A new technology is made which sparks the imagination of retailers. A new invention. Do you see this red arrow here? This was the year 2012 to 2013. Around here, they forked Bitcoin. They made Litecoin. And then Litecoin went absolutely monstrous in this cycle. People started doing fair launches, and it captured retailers' imagination. In the next cycle, 2015 to 2016, have you heard of a little coin called Ethereum? Here is its logo, little gray triangle of truth. Okay? Ethereum went and did a 4,500x. Ethereum was able to give the launching of every ICO. It was every project was able to be launched, general purpose, smart contract blockchain. This captured the imagination of retailers. Everybody came in, everybody's dreams and aspirations were then transferred to the buy up only pressure. This was enough to ignite the mammoth of all alt seasons ever. This was the biggest one ever. This was enormous. Okay, so this is what happened. And it all started around the Bitcoin halving year. Now, what happened in 2020? You remember the zombie virus, but right before the zombie virus, there was a kindling of fire. There was Uniswap. Uniswap was starting to gain a bit of traction. People were launching coins. It was an open canvas. And there was a mammoth DeFi season in 2020. So are you noticing something? Do you see these vertical lines of friendship, vertical dots? These are the Bitcoin halving points in history. 1, 2, 3, okay? You had a narrative here. It was the Bitcoin forks where they made Litecoin and other coins. Then you had Ethereum. That was its own big narrative. Ethereum ERC20 narrative. Story going on. And then in 2020, we had DeFi, Uniswap. This was the ignition we needed to capture retailers' imagination and pump. What's coming next? I don't know yet. None of us know. I'm praying that we get a read on the market and we get an idea. Maybe by December, maybe January next year. Some point, hopefully, we'll be able to get a sniff. We'll get a sniff of that bull market and we'll be able to participate. It is essential that we take this seriously because unfortunately there are now 50,000 plus coins and everybody is guessing in too many avenues and there's not enough money to go around. You know this. China coins, AI coins, all these other weird coins, weird narratives. I love them all, but unfortunately they are not loved enough. Their time duration, their life cycles are too short. These narratives pumped for a full year, a full 6 to 12 months. That's how strong they were. Ethereum's here literally went from, it pocketed up, it went for like 2 years. But of course, here's the thing. You don't know at the start how fluffy your slippers really are. You don't know if somebody's got a straight back. You don't know how pointy their elbows are, or you don't even know if their chair is really squeaky. You got to understand that we are just guessing. There could be 10 narratives that appear and only one of them works or 10 of them works. I don't think we'll get that lucky, but it's still a possibility. So we just have to wait on the sidelines and observe. Because if we jump the gun too early, then we're not going to get anything. You might even feel a psychological trap because you're going to be waiting for your narrative to appear, but nothing else will appear for you. Example. So let's not judge people from the past. You know privacy coins. Everybody in crypto, if you're new, welcome, like, subscribe, bell button, or in privacy coins, it's a very known use case. People want privacy on the blockchain. The problem is, every time somebody started to try the privacy routes, privacy stories, narratives, it never kicked off. The last time it was able to kick off was 2017. 2021, no one cared. The coins could not catch up to Bitcoin or Ethereum. They were poopy McPoop faces. The returns are not great. Dare I say, the slippers, they're a bit crumpled and they're starting to get more crumpled over time too. So we're going to have to wait and see. We don't have a concrete answer. I wish I did. We are literally going into the unknown. It's dark. We've got our mittens on. We're trying to walk. We got no pants on. We hope there are no snakes in this room. But hey, what else can we do? This is the best thing we have. And I wish I could give you concrete formulas, but hey, this is literally it. We'll say at some point, maybe in the Bitcoin halving year of 2024, perhaps there'll be some sort of new invention that I can see, you can see, we can read, and then we can start to believe in the optimistic approach of buying them before retailers. I understand this game doesn't sound nice, but that's actually what happened. See, I have to describe this to you now. I'm not doing it to be just a realist or anything, but I'm just telling you because it's the truth. I'm here to protect you as your friend, okay? If I told you go back here to the Bitcoin forks and these Litecoin forks, if I told you these were the next second coming of crypto, blockchains and everything, or if I told you Ethereum ICOs were the next second coming of, of Christ himself and all of these religious aspects that people try to attach to these new narratives. Also, if I told you about DeFi being the next second coming of Wall Street coming in, if I used any of that language and any of that passion, you would be bag holding too long. And they unfortunately all went down. Every single one got crushed beyond imagination. But there was a giant pump first. This breaks my heart to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, trust me, I really wish it wasn't like this, but this is the truth. So now I'm going to take approach. I'll have to tell you, no matter how good this tech is, they're all ultimately scams. Okay, remember in crypto, anything that goes down in price is a scam. They're all going to go down. Not minus 90% will just be the start. We all know it. So as long as we have that approach, we will be armed with the confidence to be able to get out faster than everybody else. This is what we want, even though it's the Bitcoin halving year. The people who survived, think about this, friends, the people who survived in this DeFi part, who made all the money, were the Ethereum maxis. You know why? Because they knew all the coins were trash. They were dumping for Ethereum. They were the ones who survived. It was people who didn't really believe the narrative, but went onto YouTube and Twitter and told everybody to believe in the narrative. It's the same common theme everywhere else. The people who don't believe, they're the ones who escape. Very hard. But also the people who don't believe, you might not hold it to the very end. So it's a catch-22 when you think about it. Okay? Once we have cleared that, the ultimate plan, perhaps the Bitcoin Spot ETF. The Bitcoin Spot ETF, now that BlackRock, Black BBC has now applied for it, all these smart money will start to price it in now, okay? They start to price it in. You see this Bitcoin chart? They're pricing it in now, okay? Yes, they are, okay? It's not relevant to today. Now, don't worry about this. When they launch it, just like how, let's get this arrow here, friends. I'm going to delete these. I'm going to show you right now. Just like how, actually, let's leave them up here. They are juicy. Let's add another arrow here so we can see. Just like how the very, very top of 2017 up here was the CME futures. The launch of CME futures, which was Bitcoin futures, that was the very top on the day. And then it got absolutely crushed. The very, very same with up here. Up the top, up here was the Bitcoin futures ETF. Also wrecked the top as well. Okay, so these big events mark a very big, dangerous time because all the real money has already bought in. And now it's only retailers who think it's DCA time. Unfortunately, it's actually exit time. So that might be our exit target. And we don't know when it's going to happen. 2024 June, October, 2025 March, June. We don't know when. It would be really nice if it happened at the very end of 2025 because that means we might get a very, very big long run up. But it's outside of our control. What if they want to scam us earlier? What if they want to just release it October 2024? What if Bitcoin is $80,000 and my left translated cycle prophecy starts coming true, which would be a very dark prophecy? We're going to have to act. That's why I'm telling you to do this. And that leads on to this point. We have to take emergency profit when Bitcoin is 85,000 and Ethereum hits 8,500. If you've noticed, this post has nothing to do with altcoins. I've said, take profit on the whole portfolio when Bitcoin's 85,000 and or Ethereum's 8,500. You're going to have to take something out. So just because coins go down after this point, it doesn't mean they were necessarily bad. It's very possible that Bitcoin and Ethereum, the party stops early for them. I hope it doesn't. I want to be wrong, but we don't know. We can't go back in time now. So when 2 years passes, we can't go back in time and say, hey, I wish I bought more. But we can only dream of that. Now we have the chance to act, okay? If you don't follow this and you're happy with your portfolio, that's okay. Just remember, you'll always be a yummy chocolate muffin on the table and you will be scrumptious forever. I'm just trying to protect you. This is the plan that we see for now. Anything can happen and we might be able to change it. But for now, this is how we see it. And if you've noticed, this plan has nothing to do with seconds, hours, days, weeks, or even months. We are living in years because these are truly the best times of our friendship. Tell mum and dad we're having chocolate muffins for dinner tonight. Like, subscribe, bell button, or I will catch you in the next one.